Hey everyone, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my interview with Dominik Mysterio. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for taking the time. How are you doing?
I'm doing much better. Finally got to come down from cloud nine from last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to get into that before we get into this whole new kind of chapter in your life, to put it,
Yeah,
a little cheesy but true. How is life in these crazy times going for you? And less the crazy of the debut and more the crazy of this,
this
pandemic.
world. Yeah.
Yeah, world.
It's been actually pretty calm for us here in San Diego. I mean, things got a little out of hand with the riots in certain places here in San Diego, but nothing too crazy. Things opened up, are opening and closing. But as far as like myself, I've been, here at home, I'm a bit of a loner, as long as I got my family and my girlfriend and some friends, I'll be good. And but yeah, and we've been here at the house. No one's been really been going out because my grandpa has underlying conditions and they come over every Monday, so we try not to like, put them in harm's way. But
Of
overall,
course.
been staying home, wearing masks when we go outside, so just trying to follow the protocols.
It makes me so happy when I hear people following them because the amount of people that it drives me absolutely mad. So no, that's really lovely that you guys are like following the steps and just trying to make sure everyone stays safe.
Yeah, plus WWE always tests us every other week, so we're always in the clear somehow.
That's awesome. Well, I know for a
Yeah.
lot of people, they've been trying to kind of kick their boredom aside because we've been stuck at home for so many months at this point, and
Hmm.
everyone's kind of finding new ways to get the days to move a little bit faster. So, have you been doing anything different or taking up any new hobbies just to keep that boredom aside?
Yes, I picked up some old hobbies. I tried to pick back up and doing some Legos, but I'm very
Really?
impatient. Yeah, but I'm very impatient, so that didn't last very long. I tried doing some puzzles, but again, I'm very impatient, so it's hard for my girlfriend would always end up finishing them. Because I'd put together like the little corners and then I'd get bored and let her finish the rest. But
Right.
um, but yeah, just Legos, puzzles, lots of video games. Um, but yeah, trying to stay a little busy, with stuff like that and working out, of course, trying to not to be too much in my little cave.
I know you mentioned video games there, and I feel like that is something that so many people are turning to, including myself. So do you kind of have a go-to in that regard?
Um, I'm not really like, I know a lot of people are really big on like Call of Duty and like first person shooter games, Apex, Fortnite, but I'm not good at those kind of games. So I usually stick to more with like the FIFA, the Madden, the NBA 2K. I'll do the WWE 2K, but every now and then I'll play some Call of Duty or some right now I feel like everyone's on Fall Guys. So,
Yeah.
that's what I've been playing nonstop, some Fall Guys. So,
At least there's that kind of stuff to keep you busy, and there's so many
yeah,
different ones to choose from. It's like you can never really go wrong.
exactly. If you get bored of one game, there's so many others that you can choose
On to the
from.
next 10.
Yeah.
Well, the world recently witnessed your first ever match in WWE in-ring debut at SummerSlam, and it was just awesome. And obviously, no biggie. So you mentioned kind of being on cloud nine. So has that high calmed down a little bit, or are you still just thinking of that moment over and over, kind of in awe of how it happens?
Um, a little bit of both. I've definitely had time to like calm down and settle and like realize what had happened and like how big of a moment it actually was. But I get overexcited myself and I've rewatched the match from SummerSlam, probably every day just to
Wow.
just yeah, just to look back and like try to better myself and nitpick the little things here and there. But you know, yeah, it was such a surreal moment, and I'm forever grateful for the opportunity that was given to me.
There was such an amazing moment where you were in the ring with your father, of course, Rey Mysterio, and he was talking recently about how special that moment was. So, what was
Mhm.
running through your mind when you realized like you were about to do such a signature move side by side with your dad? It was almost like something that's been in the making for so many years.
Yeah, well, it's actually really funny because it fits perfectly with me being left-handed. So I'm able to come on around the other side while he does it on the right hand side. So the way that was able to work out for us was just perfect. But no, it's crazy, being able to debut with my dad being by my side, and then the next day having a match, sharing a ring with my dad. So all everything's just been so fast, and I'm blessed and I'm thankful.
Leading up to that in-ring debut, we of course saw Rollins brutally beat you with that kendo stick, hitting you 30 times, and it just looked absolutely brutal. Like it was hard to watch. So do you
Mm.
have a high pain tolerance, or was that entire thing just like it just totally sucked for you?
I want to say now I have a high pain tolerance. But at the time it was more of the adrenaline that and I had to stick with it, because there was a certain amount of like hits that I was supposed to take, I think, but like I didn't count. I didn't even like think about it. I was just, in the moment, but yeah, no, that was very not fun. Yeah, so I'm definitely I wouldn't be angry if I didn't see any kendo sticks for a while.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would blame you, not at all. Well, it's interesting because you see so many kids trying to follow in their mom or dad's footsteps when it comes to wrestling. And just being blunt, like you have some that are incredibly talented and some that just don't really have a knack for it, like with anything. But you
Mhm.
genuinely had such a great showing in that ring. So did you almost surprise yourself a little bit at how well you took to the training and actually getting into that entire role of being in the world of wrestling?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Of course.
And to answer that, I don't know. I feel like it's crazy to think about because like when I do things in the ring, it's almost like I don't, this might sound weird, but like I don't see myself doing it, but like I can picture it in my head and my body goes along with it. So it's
Okay.
like, so it's kind of weird in that way because I've been watching it for so long that if I've been told to like do something, I won't like I'll go into it and my mind will like play it for me and my body just follows along. But yeah, I was really surprised too because I didn't, as I was about to go out, I didn't feel like I felt the pressure and I felt nervous, but not to the extent where I was unable to perform to the best of my abilities. So I feel like I was able to control myself and handle myself in the right way.
Do you think that just comes down to how much you actually prepared for that moment? Because you knew all eyes were literally going to be on you, and you know
Mhm.
how people critique and can be really harsh, and then be your biggest champion. So do you think you just went in knowing like, okay, I got to make sure I have this down. Like I can't screw up. There's no margin for error.
Yes and no, because everyone, like, even if they were like joking with me, like, "Hey, don't screw this up," like I knew I couldn't screw it up. It was a big night for my whole family. Being my first match at SummerSlam against Seth, so there's a lot of factors playing in as far as like me not wanting to let anyone down, my family, anyone in the company, Seth, especially myself. So I was happy that I was able to go out there and execute task at hand.
Definitely. And I'm so excited to see what's next because at this point, I feel like it could be taken so many different directions, especially after putting pen to paper. So yeah, I think everyone's really excited to see what goes down.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll see what the future has in store, definitely got to sit down with my dad and see what's next for the Mysterio dynasty.
Right. I'm very excited to see what's next. Well, when it comes to my website, I not only interview wrestlers but also musicians and bodybuilders. So I
Mhm.
wanted to know if you could have one artist write some entrance music for you, who would you just geek out if they did so?
Mm, oh man, that's really hard. I think as far as because I listen to a lot of like hip hop, rap, and stuff like that, but also a lot of reggaeton, like urban Latin music. So I
Okay.
think if I had to pick one in Spanish, it would probably be, you know, anyone from my boy DJ Luyan to Anuel, and here in the States, I'd probably say like someone like Lil Wayne. I'd lose my mind. Just because like my dad raised me on Lil Wayne and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. So I think anybody from the old school West Coast, I would lose my mind. That's not including Lil Wayne because I know he's not West Coast. But anyone from the early '90s or late '90s era, I'd absolutely lose it.
At this point, it's kind of interesting because we've seen some pretty massive names play people down the ramp into the ring. So you never know what could
You
happen
never
in the
know,
future.
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe down the road I can have like a big WrestleMania entrance with like someone cool. That'd definitely be, a dream come true as well.
Fingers are crossed for you, definitely.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, Dominic, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time and hopping on here to chat today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No, thank you very much for having me.
Of course, to everyone watching, this has been the awesome Dominik Mysterio. I am the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Of course, be sure to check him out now on WWE and check out AliciaAtout.com for more exclusive interviews and features. We will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye guys. Thank you.